Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Well, we hope everyone had a wonderful Shabbos, and we begin a new week, and here we begin a new week of learning. We ask you to please continue davening for Chayalei Tzvah and Yisrael for Shlem L'chol B'tzui Yisrael, the safety of our brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael, especially amid the latest rise in tensions. Let's hope that they subside quickly. And we learn each day, Lili Nishmat and Daniel Shimon ben Harav Doron V'Shel Shem Kam Damo. So the next chapter, Negina V'Shir B'Seudas Mitzvah. Mutter B'Shloshas HaShavuos L'Shir Shir Simcha B'Seudas Mitzvah. If one attends a Seudas Mitzvah during the 3 weeks, one is allowed to sing songs of Simcha. Keseudas Bris Milah, Pidyon Ben, a Shev Brachas. So let's say you have a bris, you have a Pidyon Ben, a Shev Brachas. Well, in that case, the Shev Brachas is obviously for Ashkenazim, where the wedding took place before Shiv Asar B'Tamaz, and the Sheva Brachas continue after. And until the end of Tammuz, in other words, up until the 9 days, not including the 9 days, one could listen to music as you would the rest of the year. And if, let's say, you're in the community, as we mentioned, some Sephardic communities, well, they'll even do weddings up until and not including the 9 days. And they had, obviously, festive wedding meals. You could have a regular band. Because you can't have proper celebration without musical instruments. And let's say you're part of the camp that does not make weddings during this period, and you get invited, you're still allowed to go because this is a simcha of a mitzvah. Just a side note, most people probably just wouldn't do it anyway. Even in the Sephardic communities, it seems that most people would not make weddings during this period. So should it happen, then we know what to do. Mutter l'kayim simchas bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah v'yom shagil. Mitzvahs, if let's say we have what's called a bo bayom, the day in which a son becomes bar mitzvah, a girl becomes bat mitzvah, and you want to have a special celebration, you're allowed. You can invite instruments, and provided that this is what they would do at any point of the year. If it's impossible, if it's difficult to have the festivities on the actual Bo Bayom, on the day that they become Bar Bat Mitzvah, and you want to have it on a nearby day, so then it's proper that the Bar Bat Mitzvah should make a siyum on a proper sefer. And this way, by having the musical instruments as you would the rest of the year, having a festive simcha with the siyum, etc., would be allowed. If they're unable to make a siyum, then perhaps you could rely on a siyum that maybe one of the relatives would make. And if this is not a possibility, al droshes or habar or habat mitzvah. And without a siyum from the bar bat mitzvah or relative, then at least the drasha, the Dvar Torah, the expounding of Torah given by the Bar Bat Mitzvah should suffice. Shehi drasha chashuv b'divrei Torah, which is something that is important in words of Torah. V'yeshmiyana simcha shel mitzvah, and this has in it the laws of a simcha shel mitzvah. Mishehagia chodesh av ein lahazmin tazmores l'shem simcha. That once the 9 days begin, so once the month of Av comes, then we do not have musical instruments. We do not invite a band. And we also don't listen to songs that are happy and upbeat, even from an electronic device. But you could sing by mouth, so we call it a cappella, without instrumentation for Simchas HaMitzvah. And you could even dance in a circle. So if you have a bris and people are going to just dance in the circle, something like that, this would be allowed. We'll see further next time in Meretz Hashem about listening to music from electronic devices, public and private, things like that. Are you allowed to do? There's always a question of music in the 3 weeks. And even though we have these heterim, generally speaking, we just refrain for the entire 3 weeks from listening to electronic music. As we'll see that more tomorrow, but really just live music, certainly, and we don't make simchas. So if you have a bar bat mitzvah, interestingly enough, in a couple of years, Meretz Hashem, Ba'aleinu Latovas, our son's bar mitzvah falls in the 9 days. So that kind of makes it a little bit easier, difficult and easier, but certainly we wouldn't have a musical celebration on the Bo Bayom It'll probably just be postponed till afterwards. And hopefully he'll still be in summer camp at that point. Anyway, so we'll figure it all out when we get to it. But right now we're going to just figure out how we can keep davening for Chayalei Tzvah and Israel, for Shalom Chol Tzvah Israel, the safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel, especially today, the next coming days. Nishmat Daniel Shimon Rav Damo. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and a great week ahead. We'll see you next time.